Korean music, maybe the first thing that comes to mind is K-pop, right? Now, K-pop is widely loved and popular around the world, but there are a variety of other genres within Korean music. I had the opportunity to experience the cutting edge of contemporary creative music in Korea, where there is a blend of traditional culture and pop culture. I got to see two acclaimed Korean artists who redefine traditional music with contemporary style, SaaWee and Hwang Gina. This musical showcase was organized by the Korean Cultural Center in Washington, D.C. and was part of the celebration of the 70th anniversary of the Korea-U.S. Alliance. The Korean Cultural Center's goal is to find amazing Korean artists and give them the opportunity to showcase their creativity on stage for the American public in the U.S. Capitol. For me, this was a very special look into recent trends in Korean creative music, which are often inspired by the past while bringing in fresh elements of today. It definitely brings exposure to Korean performing artists and helps promote cultural exchange. So, how was the show? Well, when I stepped into the theater, it was like entering a film-like musical landscape. The sound transformed the atmosphere and made everything feel otherworldly, like a dream. This was Hwang Gina's concert called Scene, Kumongo Universe. It offered a surprisingly expansive landscape of sound, expressing the dynamic elements of music with the ancient and iconic Kumongo. Hwang Gina is a soloist and composer, building her own musical world by fusing the unique sounds of Kumongo and Korean traditional music with elements of rock, classical, techno, and EDM since 2017. This fresh, new interpretation of solo Kumongo music has been well received in Korea and has been captivating audiences worldwide. But what is Kumongo? The Kumongo is over 1,000 years old, and unlike any other instrument in the world, it has 6 silk strings, and to play it, you use a bow. You hit them with a short bamboo stick, or you pluck them. The sound it makes has been described as both deep, rhythmic, and melodic, as well as something from another world, like plucking a big elastic band. And the music and the sounds that come from the Kumongo are as unique as they are mesmerizing. A blend of ancient and contemporary, a fusion of structured traditional sounds with futuristic and experimental sounds and beats. You can hear sometimes simultaneously an otherworldly and ethereal sound, melody, and a deep percussive hum. The Kumongo is known to have been invented by a Korea-era prime minister. According to historical records, when the 7-string zither was sent to the Korea court from China, the prime minister modified the instrument to make it playable. The newly modified instrument was the Kumongo, and when he played music on the instrument, a black crane was said to have flown over to dance to the tune. The crane was considered an auspicious bird, and according to Korean myths, it was believed that godly beings often rode on the backs of cranes. So, a black crane dancing to the tune of the Kumongo is probably meant to mean that the instrument wasn't just meant for people's enjoyment, but also for some noble or mythical purposes. Ever since the Kumongo was first invented, it has been considered an instrument of scholarly gentlemen. They would play the Kumongo when they got tired of studying, when they wanted to have fun with their friends, or simply when they tried to compose music themselves and bring peace to their minds. It was believed that the way a gentleman handles the instrument shows how he handles his inner self, and so this instrument was often used by scholars for inner cultivation or to expand their minds. Since the Goryeo dynasty, it has been an essential instrument in court ensemble music. The Kumongo is part of many types of court and folk music. I also had the chance to see the musical duo SaaWee, which was formed in 2018 by Sita, Chay, violinist and percussionist Jihye, with the goal of connecting with global audiences by bringing to light the spiritual aspects of Korean traditional music through contemporary performance, art, and dance. They often collaborate with visual artists, dancers, and other contemporary musicians, always aiming to bring ancient stories in touch with the world of today. SaaWee is described as a musical and spiritual journey inspired by traditional Korean shamanism and its performance rituals. SaaWee channels the vibe of the old and the new, incorporating rhythms and melodies from cultures all around the world. The result is a unique soundscape experience that embodies the cathartic release of spiritual practices. Stay tuned as I explore the culture, leisure, and lifestyle of Korea.